I'm sure most of you hated going to school as a kid, but every once in a while there was one cool day that made school fun, and I got 10 of those days right here on these cards. Let's take a look. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with another video. One I'm recording live, and the chat is probably laughing at me right now because this is the third time I've done the opening to this video. What are we going to do today? Well, I'm going to look at 10 times school was fun. If you enjoyed this video, come back tomorrow for the noon video, because you know we do 2 videos a week, Monday through Friday. I don't know why I said we. I guess I was counting Larry in it. But tomorrow at noon, we're going to do the top 10 worst days of the school year. But now we're going to do the top 10 best days of the school year. They're not in any kind of order. I didn't put them in order, so number one's not going to be like the best day of the year or anything like that. We just got top 10. So let's go with one I think you're all going to know about. Pizza Day! Ho ho! I don't know about you. Did you bring your lunch to school or did you carry it in a metal lunchbox? Well, I carried mine in a metal lunchbox unless I found out it was Pizza Day! Yeah, square pizza, right? You know what I'm talking about. Does kids still have Pizza Day? They probably got Taco Bell and Chick-fil-A and McDonald's in their lunchroom now. It probably looks like a mall food court. But back in the day, it was Pizza Day with some lukewarm French fries, maybe. Yeah, pizza and French fries. The only time I ever saw that together. But Pizza Day was a great day of the school year right there. Pizza Day. I love Pizza Day. Here, I don't know how many can relate. Some of these you might not be related to. Might be a Southern thing. Might be an only my school thing. Who knows? But we got number 9 right here. Listen. Number 9. It's... You know what that means, don't you? This is what day it is. Look. Come on, run under it. That's right, Parachute Day. Who remembers Parachute Day? Oh, it's PE time. PE time. I'm not a big fan of PE time. Like, oh, what are we going to play? Don't play basketball. I'm not good at it. Don't play. I'm the only one at my school that I know that struck out at T-ball. They made me go sit there. They call it strike. I swung about 4 times. They let me try probably more than that. And it was like, sit down, junk kid. You're the only person to ever strike out at T-ball. But I did it. I struck out. I think I swung that bat about 6 times. Anyway, Parachute Day. This is when they had this big old cover blanket parachute-like thing. You lift it up, and I don't even remember the game. I just know you lift it up, and kids would try to run under it, and you drop it on top. I don't even remember what. Honestly, I don't even remember the game. I just remember getting excited because it was Parachute Day. You go out there, you line up, you go out, and you get a little worried because your female coach looks a little bit like the male coach from last year, and you're like, why does the Pee Wee coach just always look like? Well, I ain't gonna say always look like male coaches, because we did have a pretty young, hot PE teacher one time. She was young, but to us she was old. She was probably younger. It had to be one of her first jobs. She had to be in her, and we were like, whoa. We couldn't believe it. It had a blonde ponytail. I'll never forget that blonde ponytail. Only time I ever seen a girl. I mean, I saw ponytails, but it's the only time I really got excited about seeing a girl with a ponytail. But anyway, Parachute Days. Anybody remember, what was that girl? I don't even remember that coach's name. She was only there a couple of months. Anyway, Parachute Day. Who remembers Parachute Day? I'll throw that again. Parachute Day. Who remembers that? How about this one? You're going to say, Junkman, why is this on your fun list? But it is. It's on my fun list. And of course, I'm talking about Fire Drill. Fire Drill Day. I like any day that just made the day out of the ordinary. Something you didn't expect. So that always made it more fun. And I like Fire Drill Day. I'm sorry, I did. And now there was a kid, and his job was to pull the fire alarm. He didn't actually get to pull it. He just walked it out like he did. That was his responsibility. I never got that opportunity. Just like crossing guard. Tried to be the crossing guard. The cool kids got the crossing guard and pull the fire alarm. But we would all line up single file, which you know ain't going to happen. That school's on fire. I ain't lining up single file. I'm pushing teachers, librarians, first graders. I'm pushing everybody out of the way so I can get my A out the door. You know, we all would have done it. We are like, no, we would have walked single file if there was a fire. No, you're not looking behind you and see a blazing fire coming down the hall and you're walking single file and Rusty in front of you is being real slow. No, Rusty's getting pushed. One thing, he's got red hair. And fire loves people with red hair. Whew. I mean, I like fire because you got to go outside. You got to hang out there. Don't talk. And you're like, hey, I'm outside, I'm in the class, I'm going to talk to my friend. Maybe you see your friend from the other class. You're like, hey, boy, hey, fire drill, man. We outside, fire drill. Oh, it was fun. Fire drill day was fun. I don't care what they tell you. And speaking of drills, here's another fun day for you. Tornado drill. Maybe it's a southern thing, or maybe if you don't have tornadoes in your, maybe not have it. This is where they wouldn't tell you it'd be a drill, but you knew it would be. You knew it wasn't no tornado. And anyway, they would sound the alarm. The guy would come over with the speaker, the principal would. This is a tornado drill. And we would walk out. We wouldn't get to go outside. We would get to go outside for fire drill, so that made it fun. But for this one, we got in the hall. We had to sit down, lean back against. Hopefully, you got to sit by somebody that your friends lived. You cut up, you talk, you made jokes. You look down the hall, you look at the people across from you, make fun of them. And it was just a fun time. Like I said, I liked anything that took you out of the normal school day. But then they made you put your hands behind your head and, kiss your ass goodbye. They put your head down between your legs. Like you were trying to, pleasure yourself. But, oh, man. I like tornado day. I ain't gonna lie, I like tornado drill. I don't know about you guys, but I like tornado drill day. I did. How about this one? Last day of school. How could this not be on the list? That was the longest day of the school year. Like, it's the last day of school. Finally, this crap is over. It's weird. I hated school. I hated school more than probably anybody else. And then I missed it. Then I missed school. People used to say, you going to miss school one day? I was like, no. I don't think I miss school. I think I miss just hanging out. I miss like hanging out in my teen years. I miss in between classes. So I don't think I really miss school. I just miss, some of the fun going around school. I don't miss the work. I don't miss the homework. I don't miss the teachers getting any shit. But yeah, I sold candy at school in high school. I was the Walter White when it came to candy in my high school. We'd go down to the gas station. We would load up. Sometimes a 5-finger discount. Sometimes we buy them, take them to school, sell them for double the price. Hey, when you're sitting in class and you're taking a math test, you're going to pay double price for a payday. And then it's going to be the Junkman's payday. Ooh, man, I tell you, I used to sell some candy. I think I got suspended for 3 days for that. I got suspended one time for not going to school. Playing hooky, as we called it. Yeah, playing hooky. He won't come to school, we won't let him. What kind of lesson is that for a kid? Anyway, I was talking about the last day of school. It's the most exciting day. You're so excited. The last day of school. And there was always some girls. There was always girls. There was always, except for that time Bruce did it. It was mostly always girls that would cry on the last day of school. Like, we're only going to be gone 3 months. You're going to see these same stupid kids in 3 months. Relax. Oh. Last day of school. Fun time. Last day of school. Right here, someone in the chat said it was going to happen, and it's going to be on the list. Book Fair Day. Who didn't love Book Fair Day? Your mom give you a blank chair. Your mom would give you a blank check. Ooh, blank check day. I almost said it was blank check day. Book Fair Day. It was a little stressful. Not going to lie to you. You get that little list of all the books that are going to be there. You kind of see what you want. Well, there's 2 different Book Fair days. There's one where you order book, like off a Scholastic thing. But then there's one where you go into the library and you get to pick out what you want. And I'm not a reader. I know you're going to be shocked by that. Junkman looks like he's read all the fine literature. But no, I'm not a reader. There's only a few books I've read. I've read Living Proof, the Hank Williams Jr. story. I've read that book. I read a lot of Star Wars novels. I've read those. I haven't read many. I read a lot of Cat in the Hat. And of course, I've read Sweet Pickles. Come on, who didn't read Sweet Pickles? But you go into the library. Your mom got you a blank check, or she, don't go over $20. I'm going over $20. I'm going about $25, $30. I'm going to say, I didn't know. I can't add. I'm only in the 2nd grade. That was your excuse. And I never really, I would get like a poster that would hang in there. I remember one time there was a girl named Danielle. I bought her a poster. It was a cat. It was like, hang in there. And the cat was like hanging, and I bought it for her. I thought it would win me favors, but it didn't win me. It didn't win me nothing. Well, it won me a yelling at from my mom. She's like, you went over the limit. What'd you buy? And I was like, why'd you buy a cat poster? Where is it? And I was like, I gave it to Danielle. I buy bookmarks, usually pins, eraser tops. I'll get a book every now and then. I remember I got like the Star Wars Return of the Jedi storybook. I remember getting it and some other ones. So I would get some books sometimes. Mostly it had a lot of pictures in it if I was getting it. If it was a book, it had pictures in it. But yeah, Book Fair Day. Book Fair Day. Almost took my eye out with that one. Book fair day. What a great day at school. Number 4, the best day of school was when you got to leave school, field trip day. I don't know about you guys, but we didn't go on many field trips. When we did, they were fun. We had the Museum of Arts and Science. That was a great place to go. Oh man, this room where you can look up and look like you're looking at the stars. Whew. I love that place. And we actually went to Uncle Remus's house. Oh, they wouldn't let you do that today. They would call that a racist field trip today. But yeah, we went to this little cabin in the woods with Uncle Remus, or I don't know if it was Uncle Remus or the guy that made up Uncle Remus. I don't know. I wasn't listening. I was probably picking my nose. I don't know what I was doing. I wasn't listening. I know we went to Dairy Queen that day. And we went to the little park and we had, I remember I gave Amy Covey my French fries. Because she ordered a hamburger and she forgot to order fries with it. Mine came with fries, so I gladly gave her my French fries. That's the kind of guy I am. If I got a crush on you, you get my French fries. That's just the kind of guy I am. Anyway, I wonder if she remembers that. Probably not. But we went to Uncle Remus's house. Uncle Remus's house. They had a little burr rabbit out front and everything. Song of the South. Like I said, I don't know. Mobile, that's more of a local thing. Because we went to Rock Eagle too. Where you get to walk up, look down, and see this rock that looks like an eagle that they said the Indians put there. But I don't know if the Indians really put it there. Who knows? Somebody else could have put it there. Went to Indian mounds. That's more of a local thing too. They were mounds made by the Indians. You know, they were like the poor man's version of going to look at the pyramids in Egypt. But field trip day. One time we ended up at the mall. It was a lot of fun. I like field trip day. Always fun. Field trip day. What's next? Oh, it's right here. Show and tell day. Another day that was fun, but also very stressful. Show and tell day. Oh, I can remember the day before. What am I going to bring for show and tell? Oh, they'll get mad if I bring my hammerhead again. They'll say something. So, oh, my X-wing's too big. I can't bring my X-wing. So you start preparing yourself with your newest toy. You want to bring a toy that's cool, that's going to make everybody jealous, but you don't want to bring a toy that everybody's already had or they're not going to be into. I'm not going to bring my 18 toy because I know that's just going to relate to me and Boyd and a few of the boys. We only had like 2 boys in class in elementary school. We only had a small class. It's like 10 students. There's only 2 boys, 2 or 3 boys, depending on what year we're talking about here. But you had to time it. You had to make it just right so the girls thought it was cool enough. So it was very stressful. And to be honest with you, by 8 o'clock that night, I didn't care anymore. I just grabbed something Star Wars probably and brought it to school because that's the kind of guy I was. Maybe a He-Man here and there, but most of the time I was bringing a Star Wars alien so I could talk about it. I cannot throw these cards today. It's because I got my fan on. I got the fan on for once. It's probably picking up in the mic. Probably sounds like that in this video. One time I've done that before. I've got to turn the fan off. So where we at? Oh, I'm not looking over there. I'm looking at these cards right here. Number 2. This is when you're in class. You're like, it's going to be a boring day, right? Sitting in class. I don't know about you. I was replaying I can actually remember that. Sitting in class, replaying the movie Star Wars in my head. Oh my God, it's just a movie, right? What was wrong with me? But, teacher's talking and I'm just... the cantina scene's coming up, and I'm just trying to replay Star Wars in my head or something. And then all of a sudden the door opens and you hear they're rolling in a film projector. A film projector. Later they did roll in that big cart with the TV that was strapped on with the VCR hook to it. Either one was fine. The projector was cool too because the projector was good. Turn off all the lights. You usually fall asleep. We try to find a way to prop up like this. Because the film projector movies they weren't never movies. They were usually, safety videos or something. Little Tommy said, "Don't get in the car with a stranger." Oh, trying to sleep, Tommy. Shut up. I don't care if Tommy gets molested as long as I don't.
One never knows when the homosexual is about. He may appear normal, and it may be too late when you discover he is mentally ill.
But, yeah, it was always great. And then they got a little older, they had the VCR. And one time they brought in Annie. We had to watch Annie at school. That should be on my list of the worst day ever. That's probably worse than 9/11. That is a bad day. We got number 1 right here. Oh, it's not in order. I was going to get excited, but it's not really. This is more middle school, I think, or middle school. I think it was more high school for me. Maybe it started in middle school. This was when you finally got a locker. I don't know about you, but in elementary school, I would see the big kids, you know, with lockers, and I could not wait to get a locker. Now on television, the lockers were always about the same height as the person. They were big tall, but in my school, they were split in half. You had a bottom row and you had a top row. And if you're cool, you got the top row. You always got excited about locker day, finally. Felt like an adult. I felt like I was growing up. I got a locker. Didn't get to pick your locker. But man, you just hoped someone next to you was cool. You either wanted the cool kid next to you or the hot girl next to you. Or vice versa. Or maybe you were into boys and you wanted the hot boy next to you. I'm not judging anyone here. I'm just speaking from my own experience. And then when you got that locker, they told you not to do anything, but you had to hang up, you know. I didn't hang up my music stuff because I was into Randy Travis and Dwight Yoakam. I wasn't going to cut that stuff out hanging in my locker. Probably hung up some Star Wars stuff. I ain't going to lie to you. I probably did. But, you know, I tried to make it. I know I had some Iron Maiden stuff. I wasn't really into them, but I think I had, I don't know what it was. It was something cut out or something. I think somebody drew it for me now I think about it. Hung it up. My aunt bought me this answering machine that you're supposed to hook on your locker. Who would use that? Who would use that? You hook it up to the locker.
Oh, look what we got here. Got ourselves a pretty little faggot. Guess we better beat on it. So.
But I like locker, man. Locker, I'm trying to remember that combination. 15 to the left, 25 to the right, 37 to the right. I could never get, that was horrible. I even had the combination. I couldn't hardly ever open that thing. But I loved having a locker. It's like your little personality. You could put stuff in it. I hated high school. They would search your locker rather than even tell you. To me, that seems it should be against the law to go in someone's locker without telling you. I know that's the property of the school. You're just borrowing it. But it's your locker. You put your privates in there, man. You put your privates. You put your mixtapes in there. You're making for somebody. You put a lot of stuff in there you don't want people to know about. Especially if you're selling candy bars in high school. Trust me. I don't want people to find my bar nuns. Anyway, that's a look at 10 things I really liked about the school year. When most of the time I really hated it. Well, tell me 10 things. Well, don't tell me 10, please. It just take up too much. Just tell me some things you did like about school. And come back tomorrow for the noon video where we're going to do top 10 worst days out of the year. Should be a lot of fun. Anyway. I think that's it. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, I'm going to like my content. Subscribe to the channel. We will talk again.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.